Hey SEO for startups. So this week we're going to do something a little bit different for the video. If you watched last week's video, you'll see that we did an introduction to Google Search Console, which we called the world's best free SEO tool. So hopefully you guys have watched that and you got some ideas on how to use it. This week I want to go into a couple of more specific examples so you can see, drill down into a couple of actions that you can do and how that can impact your SEO or just your website visibility overall. So what better than to do it on Hike's website? So I'm going to show you here our own, which is hikeseo.co, and I'm going to show you a couple of the issues that it's flagged for us and how we can fix that, because even me and Kieran, as the SEO experts that we are, even we get it wrong sometimes. So I think that's quite nice for you guys to see where we've gone wrong, where there are some common errors, and how you can go about fixing it. So the first bit I want to take you through. So I've logged into Google Search Console. You can see the URL at the top there. If you watched last week's video, we linked to another video that will help you set that up. So do go back within the Facebook group to find that. Now, once you've set it up, this is your home page. And what I want to take you through today is this coverage section over here on the left. So coverage essentially means how many pages of your website is Google able to show to its users, to its searchers, right? So it comes back into these four tabs as we explained last week's. And I want to focus on excluded. So get rid of that. So basically what this means is Google crawled 144 pages on our website that it's excluded from its results. And you're like, okay, right, 144, it seems quite a lot. Now, if you click on it, you can go down and it categorizes each of these. Now, for some of them, you'll be like, right, that's the reason why. So for example, there are 71 pages that have been excluded from search because they've got the no index tag. Now, that's something that we purposely added to specific pages because we didn't want Google to index them. So that's absolutely fine. But what I want to do is scroll down to this one here called crawled, currently not indexed. So click on this. You see there's 11 pages. So this is like, okay, so Google's crawled them. There's no issues like this. Why aren't they being indexed? Now, you want to go down then and have a look to see if any of these are important pages. Because if they are important pages, you want to get them indexed, right? So having a look at this first one, SEO AMA 4. Now, that was, if I load it up here, this is a blog post that we did around our introduction to e-commerce SEO that we did, well, there you go, back in January. Now this is, don't like to say ourselves, but it's good quality video content that we want people to find in the search results, right? So we want Google to index this. So why isn't Google indexing it? It will tell you, if I click on it a little bit more, then you can click this button that says Inspect URL. Now this Inspect URL is a new feature that came out with this Google Search Console. It's really, really good because you can put any URL in there and it will tell you more information about it, like is it being indexed? Is it not being indexed? Is there any issues with the canonical? Where's it being linked from? So you can see I click on it and it says Google URL is not on Google, which isn't good. I want that page to be indexed. If you scroll down a little bit, it should tell you a little bit more. So sitemaps, it's on our sitemap page. So that's good. That's a tick. Referring page, it's on our blog. So if I have a little look on the blog, and I scroll down, then you can see here it's on our blog. So really, Google should be indexing this page. Crawled as Google desktop, page fetch was successful, and indexing was allowed. So really, there's no reason here why this page shouldn't be indexed. And just to let you know, guys, sometimes this does happen, right? It's a frustration, but sometimes Google will have a page. There's no reason why it shouldn't index it, and it just doesn't. So what do you want to do if you want to get this page indexed? You click on this button here. Request indexing. Now, as you can see here, it might take a minute or two. So what we'll do is we'll come back to this because there's something else I wanted to show you. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to show you was mobile usability. So within Search Console, you'll see mobile usability down here on the left. Essentially what this will do is this will show you any errors Google finds when it tries to crawl your website from a mobile. Now, super important now because Google will only ever try to visit your site from a mobile because they introduce what they call mobile first indexing. So they completely ignore your desktop site and they only look at your mobile site. Now, when you come here, you'll see that we've got 38 valid pages, but only one page with an error. Now, this isn't good because if your page has an error on it, Google might not rank it as high. Now, I've had a look, and the page that actually is bringing back the error is our homepage. So this is the Hike SEO homepage. So this isn't very good from our point of view because we don't want this page to have any mobile-friendly issues because we're not going to rank as well. So you can see over here, it says page is not mobile-friendly. And you can see it says clickable elements too close together and content wider than screen. Now I can see exactly the issue here. So clickable elements too close together. You'll see there are two buttons here, view pricing and book a demo. Essentially we've not left a big enough gap in between. And then content wider than screen, you can see at the edge here where the buttons have come over is too close to the edge of the screen. This was a design change that we only introduced a couple of days ago, but we didn't run it through the mobile friendly testing tool, which is what we should have done. So we can go away, we can change that now. It's a quick fix, force Google to recrawl that page and that'll be fixed. But yeah, just I guess to show you guys that you really need to be careful whenever you're making design changes, even from a mobile point of view, to run it through this test tool to make sure everything's okay. Okay, great. So now let me go back to, great. So with that page that wasn't being indexed, I pressed the button to request index, and you can see here this came up saying URL was added priority crawl queue. Submitting a page multiple times will not change its queue position or priority. So I've asked Google to go away and index it. So if I go to this page now, because this can happen really, really quickly. This was the page that wasn't indexed. If I want to check to make sure it has been indexed, I go to the URL at the top. I put in site, : It's our favorite SEO trick. I'm sure you'll see it in lots of the SEO for Startups videos. You press enter. There you go. And now you can see that the page has been indexed by Google. So that means that that page now will now appear when people search for phrases or keywords relevant to that page, whereas it wouldn't before. So it's a quick and easy fix. There was no particular reason why Google wasn't indexing it. Sometimes it just happens. That's why it's really important to go through everything in coverage, make sure, especially when you're looking at excluded, that there aren't certain pages that you don't want to be excluded but are. Sometimes you just need to force a really quick recrawl and that will sort the issue. Okay guys, well I'll leave that with you. Have a play in Google Search Console. They're two really good areas that you can look into, and hopefully you can find some really quick wins to help your SEO. All right, thanks and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.